This is my Money in the Bank 2024 predictions. But before we get started, yes, this is my face. This is the first video where I'm showing my face. That's not a live stream. I did a live stream like last year, but there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of people. This year, though, I'm going to be live reacting to Money in the Bank. So this Saturday, make sure you come by, stop, say hey. That's all. That's it. That's all you have to do. Either way, back to the video. So kickstarting it off, I'm just going to run by the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, we have Io Sky, we have Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Zoey Stark, and Chelsea Green. I think it's kind of clear cut and dry that there's mainly going to be two people that could win this thing. It's either going to be Chelsea Green or it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. And realistically, I'm going to have to go Tiffany Stratton, although I would love to see Chelsea Green win the whole thing. Then we have the trio match, although it does have four people, a 3v3 between Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens taking on the Bloodline 2.0, in which I think as of right now, you're trying to build up the Bloodline. You're trying to make them look like an unstoppable being. And granted, Cody Rhodes' title just kind of started. His title reign just kind of started. But I feel like Randy versus Cody at SummerSlam. So predicting-wise, I'm going to have to go with the Bloodline 2.0. Although I'm that's a flip of a coin. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship between Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Now, as of right now, so far, Sami Zayn's reign has been quite something in the sense of everybody he faces, being Chad Gable. Everybody wants to see Gable finally win. That doesn't end up happening, but with Braun Breaker, I'm a big fan of Braun Breaker. I think over the past couple of weeks, towards a month, I think he's been doing a great deal on Monday Night Raw. I would love to see him, but I feel like this feud is going to be extended past Money in the Bank. Therefore, I'm going to have to say Sami Zayn comes out victorious. Of the World Heavyweight Championship, where Damian Priest will be defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Seth frickin' Rollins. Now, in all honesty, I'm not the biggest Damian Priest fan. I think he's just kind of quite boring, and especially like in his group, he gets outshined quite a bit by Dominic, by Balor, by Rhea, by, I guess, Liv now. The only person he kind of has overbeat is JD McDonough. But either way, I think this would be a good way to have him lose the belt, whether it be by, cash in by the men's Money in the Bank winner, or Seth Rollins just beats him. I think Finn Balor could easily make himself known, and we get Damian versus Balor at SummerSlam. Although, predicting-wise and trying to be right about these, I'm going to have to say Damian Priest wins. I don't see a big reason as to why they would throw the World Heavyweight Championship back on Seth after Seth just losing it at WrestleMania. So I'm going to have to say Damian Priest, although I do want Seth Rollins to win. And then, last but not least, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match between LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Jey Uso, and Andrade. So I think it's going to be a decent ladder match. I don't think it's going to be a big, grand one. I think it's just kind of going to be cut and dry. LA Knight, I don't think he's going to end up winning because Logan Paul, of course. Carmelo Hayes, I could see him winning. Chad Gable, I don't see him winning, although he could, and that'd be a good way to send him into the World Heavyweight Championship picture. And then there is Andrade, in which I think he's just there to be a name. But realistically, every single one of these guys could win the whole thing, and I wouldn't be too mad at. Drew McIntyre, although with Drew being in this Money in the Bank ladder match, there is a lot of questions. Will Drew end up, losing? Will CM Punk cost him? Will even AJ Lee cost him? I think it'll be the latter. I think AJ Lee will end up making her return, a surprise return. She has history of knocking ladders over and costing people matches with it. Also, I don't understand why they would throw in just the bracelet with Larry and AJ if they weren't going to capitalize on the opportunity. Maybe make it an even more so blood feud. But I do think that'll end up, AJ Lee will return, costing Drew McIntyre, and then leading to main event Jey Uso. It's in the thumbnail. He's being promoted everywhere. I think it's going to be Jey Uso who will eventually cash in on Damian Priest in potentially the main event. And then we'll end up getting Jey Uso versus Gunther, giving Jey Uso a World Championship match before he goes on to the Bloodline stuff again. But either way, thank you for sticking around. If the quality's bad, I'm just kind of testing it out. Like I said, I want to make sure that everything's good for Money in the Bank, the watch party, and I do plan on doing more of those. So, yeah, whole setup should be different. I even plan on getting a new camera / phone, depending on how that ends up working out. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you go down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever the time is for you. And goodbye.